Hey guys, K5UPR and Outdoor More Family. Today I was doing a little bit of maintenance on my coax at the house. I'd noticed I started having some issues with some through the window or under the window coax adapters to help get coax into your shack. Sometimes cheap is not always good. And I noticed that my SWR went through the roof, started having problems receiving, problems transmitting. So upon testing those adapters, which were only about 6-7 months old, they failed. They're cheap. I think it was like maybe 15-16 bucks for like 4 of them, and well, they quit working just on their own. They were installed, window was pushed down and never touched again. Well, they just quit. So I guess just even that little bitty small coax. So today we're going to fix that problem, and I'm going to show you what I did in a solution that I come up with, and I'm going to show you how you can create a simple, easy solution to get the coax under the window with a method that works, that's inexpensive, but also something that's going to help protect that coax coming through the window. If you can't drill a hole like I can't in a new house, just don't want to, you've got to come up with a way to get your coax in. And so I'm going to go through and show you what I've got now, and then we're going to work on a solution together today on Outdoor More Family and K5UPR. Let's do it. All right, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm dealing with, here's what I'm talking about. As you can see, I've got these cheap under the window, through the window. I actually had 4 of them, 2 of them's inside because I took them down to test them. And after I realized that 2 were gone, I was like, you know what, I guarantee you these are bad too. These are going to 4 different antennas I have in the house. So we've got to come up with a solution to make this a better long-term solution, and I'll even show you how I tested this to determine that it was bad. So let's check it out. All right, so let's go ahead and get this window pass-through coax made. So of course you're going to need some RG174, RG316. I like the 316 myself. You're going to cut that into approximately 10 to 12 inches, just whatever length you think you're going to need. Okay, you're going to need a good set of wire cutters, or snips as I like to call them. We're going to need, of course, the 2 female SO239s. What I like about these, if you look real close, these have a cut out to them, so it allows you to actually see the coax as it goes in through that center core. You're going to know that you're making a good connection, because what's going to be important, you want to make sure that that center connection only goes into that center core. Now, you can go ahead and drop a little small bead of solder into that if you want to. I did not, because you have got to have a really, really small solder tip, because if that solder touches the outside portion of this, then you've got a full connection, and then you don't have, you've got a full ground all the way through this. So of course it won't work. So I prefer to not crimp, because I'm going to show you a way that I do it. That's going to allow you to be able to have a good solid connection. And of course you're going to need some heat shrink. I buy this stuff in very large spools. You're going to cut this to approximately 1.5 to 2 inches. This is the kind that has the glue. You can't really see it, but whenever it finally comes together and you get this heated up, you can see where the glue does, of course, emit itself, and it makes a good, strong, solid seal all the way through this coax on the very ends to keep moisture out from this, because this is probably going to be out hanging outside your window. And so there's other things that you can do to help prevent this as well, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And then, of course, lastly, your thing you're going to need is, of course, you're going to need a good set of crimpers. Now, guys, if you're like me and you're going to be making a lot of coax and antennas and that kind of stuff, invest in some good tools. Get a set of crimpers. Get some that's going to allow you to do your LMR 240, your 400, your RG59. This pretty much allows you to do all of those, but it also allows you to do, if you notice, this has a small hole in it, so it's going to allow you to do the RG316 and 174 connections, because of this This very last, the second one in here allows that connection to be solid. And then my trusty Chinese knockoff wire strippers. Guys, I am a huge Klein tool fan. Not endorsed by them. I'm just saying I like quality, okay, because quality does last. But these, I find myself using these more than my Klein tools when it comes to doing coax. Mainly because if you look, these are actually, of course, they're in metric, but that 1.0 and the 2.0 is exactly the size you need for RG316 and 174. And of course, you've also got crimpers down here, but I like these because these lock, so they won't come open. If you're carrying these in your back pocket while you're outside working, unlock it and boom, you're good to go. I've had these for a little over a year, guys, and I've even let them outside and they're not rusted. So I'll put a link to all of this stuff in the description below, so you'll make sure that you've got, just get some decent tools, guys. It makes working on this so much easier. Now, with this coax, talking about these strippers here, what I like to do, and to make it really, really super easy, you guys, put this onto the 2.0, go down about 1 inch, okay? And when you crimp on this, and you pull, you're going to see it start to pull apart, okay? Now, you can get in there with a set of fingernails if you want to. Let the strippers go ahead and pull it. You'll see that the end's pretty much ready to come off. Reach in there and grab that shielding. Pull it off. Boom. There's your braiding on the outside. Now, this is what I like to do, is go ahead and just wrap this, get this out of your way, okay? Go ahead and place your core on this, or your outside crimping ferrite. Don't forget to place your coax. Now, in this case, I haven't done the other end, so of course you could do this, but I like to do this because if you get into the habit of doing this consistently when you're doing this, yes, now, of course, I know that this stuff's going to fall off, but if you haven't put coax together and crimped the ends of these yet and forgot to put the ends on it, then you haven't been making coax long, because trust me, keep doing it and it's going to happen. And then, of course, with this, we're going to go in here, the 1.0, and boom, look at that. Perfectly peeled back. You got your outer shield. Now I can come in here with my snips. I can clean this up. Okay, now, what I like about this, now this is going to be way too long, I can tell you this much now. But what you're going to need to do is to kind of give you an idea of measuring. You can see that you really only need maybe less than a ½ inch. Okay, so the coax is going to be like this. So you really only need maybe even 1/4 inch. So let's just go ahead and snip this off here. Make sure you twist the end really good. Make sure that coax is good and solid. And then as you slide this in, you can see that coax. Let me zoom in here so you guys can see this. You see that coax. See it sliding in there. Boom. Now, if you want to add a little drop of solder, you better be really good and have a very small tip, because that solder cannot touch this outer end. I let the coax crimper do its job. Okay? So, what you're going to do now, let's go ahead and get the ends of this on here, and then we're going to do a quick test, and then I'm going to show you how to test this with the voltmeter so you can make sure you got a good connection. All right, guys, so we got the end made of it. It's time to get our lucky auto voltmeter. I love this little thing. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to test. You can use your voltmeter to actually test your coax, guys. And so what I like about these auto meters, connect the outside shield to the outside. We should hear a beep. And if we'd made this coax the correct way, notice we're still just to the outside show only. If I go to the inside, we should hear nothing. Go to the inside of this, we have a good connection. We have good coax. Outside, this is a good, solid, ready to be crimped. So you're going to take your coax crimper, guys, I can't say it enough. Test before you crimp. Test before you crimp. It's going to save you a whole lot of headache. A whole lot of headache. All right. Boom. Just like that. Good solid in. We're good. And of course, just to make sure, never test too much. Outside shield. Outside shield. Got a good beep. Still connected to the outside. Test the inside. Nothing. Going to take the inside here. Outside. Nothing. Inside. That's a good in. Okay. And so all you're going to do now is take your wrap, put it up here to the end, and then if you want to use your match, your lyre, whatever, guys, go ahead. I've burnt myself so many times. This just makes it so much easier. It heats up quick, unless you just kind of spin that coax around. This is good heat shrink, guys. I love this stuff. And here in a minute, you're going to see that glue start to come out. If you don't have a good soldering station, guys, get one that's got this heat gun attachment to it. And if you look, you can kind of see that glue coming out. Just like I said earlier, that's a good seal. Okay? So just like that, guys, you now have one end completely ready to go. You're now ready to repeat it, test it, put your heat shrink on it, and then we'll add this underneath the window and we will be good to go. All right, so we got all the connectors done. I've already pushed this one through, coax. Here's another one. And now we'll be able to just push these through, lay them there, close the windows. Look at that. The window goes down. We can latch it. Now we've got a good connection, and now we don't have to worry about our coax being compromised or anything like that. So this is definitely going to be a much better solution than what I was using. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video that we made together, and be sure to like and subscribe, follow my channel, share this out. I really would appreciate it. So drop a comment in the comment section below. What do you guys use to get the coax into your house? What is your go-to? And if this helped you and you made it, hey, let me know that you made it and it worked out good for you. I think you guys are going to find out that this is going to really help minimize the problems that you've got with having to modify your window jams and keep the code out, keep the bugs out, but also still give you a good solid solution for your HF and for your other bands that you're wanting to use to be able to get coax into your house. So thank you guys for watching me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Be sure to look for the next adventure that I'll be posting. And everybody have an amazing weekend. 73 K5 UPR and Outdoor and More family. Have a good one.